So if I'm audible, you guys can comment in the sections. Yeah, I think we are live, good to go. So we are in the process of building our own platform, and this happens to be our partner, and we'll be coming with our own Zest AMC platform to be able to trade with Zest Capital. So the market has been open, and just so you know, this is the first scalp for the day that we are taking. Just so you know that the market shorted on a hot inflation data that has come across. So we'll be reviewing the market very closely. We have been up like approximately a 6% on this account since we opened it. So there we go for the first short covering that we want to see. Hoping for the market to recover a bit. So that's the first punch. Let's see where the market takes us. We are hoping, because this is such a big drop. This is such a big drop, and usually the market recovers most of it in the first 15 minutes or so of the trading session. So every gap is filled. So note that the Nasdaq market has been open for like more than 3 minutes, and usually the market really does not likes the gap. So there is a short covering that happens at play. So that is what we are betting at. We are looking for the market to recover a bit and then to go into the short trend again. So that is what is at play here. Um, Really, it is going to be a quick bounce back that we are expecting. So that's somewhere around this is the zone of taking the first profit. So that's what we're going to do. It's a hot day. I mean, like the markets didn't like the data coming out, so we are already running in profit, and we'll have to wait for the markets to really show what's in it. How is it going to recover? It's a huge bar. I mean, like it was a big short side. The data came out exactly some time back, and this is quite the place where we would like to book approximately now $6,000. So this account is basically, so I've closed the trade. So what is at play here is, you'll see that we started this account with our partner, and we are sort of like, you'll be seeing our brand name very soon here. So we have been not live in the markets for some time because we are building our own platform just to not send it out there. And the this is what the first trade of the day. The previous don't count. This is 4,890 in profits, and there is no open position. So far so good. I mean, like, this account started at 110 just a while back. So that was the like previous, as we do not claim anything which we do not take on live. Like any profit that is before, anything that is before, we don't claim. So whatever we do is like basically uh, do it live. So that was the first term that the market is going to recover. Now you'll see at 2 minutes. So most of you guys would have noticed that the market, it's the same thing. What happens at the broader time frame is always happening at the shorter time frame as well. You see a slight double top here, and the same place we booked the profit because we knew that the market would correct a bit. And until unless the market starts recovering again, we'll not uh, get into it again. So we're already up about a 5%, and soon, I mean, like a lot of guys say why we were like, we came live on uh, Wednesday, because we are in the process of building our own platform. So as you can see, the huge um, short selling which took place in the market when you guys were not available and the entire US was sleeping. So it's for them, it's a gap down. If you would see, if you are from the US, you might have not been able to short this bar down here. And most of them missed it. This is basically a fundamental bar. So, I mean, like most of us have missed it. So that is something that we need to learn about. Anyway, Trey, so since the first trade was profitable, I would also like to take this time to also educate people a lot about what goes on into the global markets and how do you choose a platform correctly, because we from the day one it was our intention not to basically only make money or to teach how to how to make profits or to do something like that, but also to tell you that how to choose the right platform. So one of the things that you'll see in always in the markets is like one, two, three. So from 3 to 5, there is a correction that comes in. One, two, three, four, five, 8. So a trend cannot sustain itself beyond 3, 5, and 8. So that is something that you need to watch out for. You need to learn that. Sometime that comes over a period of some time. 3, 5, 8. So usually from 3 bars up, and then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the amount of, like, when you are having huge liquidity, you cannot maintain more than that on any given time frame. I mean, like, you can check it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit down. Up. You see 1, 2, 3. From 3 to 5, it starts going up again. So 8. So any major trend cannot sustain itself, and the reason why it becomes much and much difficult to get inside such bars is the day is still bearish now. As you have seen that this was the candle where we had started trading. This was where we were like, this was the candle, and we saw it up till here. We remember we were trading here. I'm sorry, this wasn't the candle, because we were here. So this was the patch up, and these 2 days we have traded, and this was a long day, the day which I had forecasted that if the market takes off its tops, it will go up here, and it did. And then there was a correction, and then you see this. So this is minor bearish, but we'll have to see. The market is still resilient. It has not lost on the completely bear side down. So don't make the mistake of shorting the markets. And now back to the question, what makes a platform legitimate? Quite a lot of, folks who basically, opt for these uh, other platforms. Why do they get robbed? Is sometimes because they are not looking for something which is legitimate and exchange regulated. So make sure wherever you trade there is transparency, and much of because of that there are a lot of mt4 and mt5 uh, platforms which have uh, you know are basically running some false brokerage platforms, where because the control is in the person's hand, and much of the, like, unlike in any regulated market, this is the setting that you see with the broker. I mean, like, you have your everything here. So these are the ways how you choose um, a legitimate trading account. So make sure that you do that, and make sure that it's a regulated entity, it comes under a regulator. And probably if you're in the US market, that's not a big deal for you because it's your market to trade. So yeah, back to Nasdaq. Nasdaq trying to make a comeback. That's sometimes it feels like a match is going on. You know. So it's a beautiful day out there. One of the things about, like, most of, like, sometimes people like to get into this greed candle and try to short heavily. Never do that, because the much of the institutions were in there and now they are out. So, and plus the people who were sleeping, who were sleeping during this fall, and they are in loss. You see, they are in a big loss. They might have closed it over here, and all of a sudden, boom, it's here down. So, I mean, like people would go for short cover and would like to take up profits because there would be funds. So, it's not prudent to short immediately once the market opens. In most of the gaps, they get refilled in 45 minutes of the first trading session. So for them, this is a gap. You the reason we see this is because our platform allows us to see this 24-hour uh, charts of the Nasdaq that it was shorted a while back. For somebody in the US, they saw the market. This was completely blank. This is a red candle. So within the first 45 minutes, you need to see whether it is recovering or not, because first 45 minutes gets recovered. There is usually a buffering time on YouTube, so sometimes it gets, you know, blurred out with system issues. So a lot of people ask about which brokers do I recommend. I recommend anybody who is regulated. I do not like to comment on any particular person, brand, or anything, because first of all, I am comfortable with Australian and US brokers. I specifically use those guys, but anything else we do not use on something which is, you know, which is not tested by us. And obviously, we do not comment on anyone's platform. So now you see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just trying to recover. It's just charging upwards. Do I want to enter this? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not want to enter this right now. Did I miss the rally? No, because the trend remains bearish, at least for the day. So you have to be cautious because the data, I mean, like you see here, but anything can happen. Though we are watching a big recovery unfolding right now, but you have to be just waiting, holding, sometimes watching. So more educative things would be done. I think meanwhile, I'd be more than happy to see Zest capital coming up, and we'd be also trading. Sometimes what we are thinking of starting is to trade the bigger accounts also as a part of transparency from us as an institution. So whatever the customers see on our platform is basically what we are trading and all that sometimes. You know. So yeah, I mean, like you see, this requires liquidity, you know, to hold this. And the reason the short coverings are like fast and furious is because there is a lot of bears who are also buying this, because they have to buy this and give it back. So essentially, the fall was how much? 747 to 584. Now, not more than 100, 200 points at max. Oh, well, this is going to be a fun day. A lot of datas are supposed to be coming. We have had inflation coming in. It was extremely hot inflation data. We had a forecast of zero point 0.3 and it actually came down to zero point 0.5. That's where you see this is from. Then you have like inflation on year basis. It's 3. My gosh. And then core inflation is 3.3. So overall, inflation mean buying power of the consumers has risen up. So whenever, I mean, like the buying capacity, I mean, like anybody who knows economics, so we are also going to be discussing a lot about uh, what happens is like buying power has decreased. The same thing that you need to you were able to buy with $100, now you are no longer able to buy. I mean, like that's how um, it happens, especially now. We'll be having today, I think, honestly, Fed Chair Powell testimony in another 12 minutes or so. So we'll just hold our horses. We'll not be trading because it's the Fed chair coming up. So we'll just hold uh, what's there, what's gonna come. I mean, like at any event time, we just stay quiet. We just stay put. Obviously, sometimes it doesn't. The market doesn't give two hoops about what's happening and what's not. But you know, you gotta hold. It's the Federal Reserve chair coming up. So yeah, you never know. But all the major datas are already out, and the market has clearly told that it didn't like. So this is my idea about if you skip 3, 3, 6, 8, there is it. There is it. You see the first drop coming up. I mean, like that's my strategy. That's how I deal with it. I don't recommend that you do it the same, but yeah, I mean, like from here, I mean, like how far can the markets go? I mean, like most probably it will go up to 601. Yeah, give or take. If it wants to go to 601, yes, hell yeah, I'll short it. You know, sometimes when market tries to be this overstretched, this, and I would love it even more if it goes to 601 or something, like probably here, I would short the hell out of it. Let's see. This is this is dancing with death. First sign of weakness, and I'll see what. Oh wow, nice already. Wow. So you want to take a shot? Yes, let's go for it. The idea is here to go a bit short. But not too short, not too long also. It's just reaching its maximum capacity to be up at this point. We'll just hold this because this trend is a bit exhausted now. It will drip. So these are some of the sure short places in the market that the market has to correct. It has to take a breather. This comes after like too much of practice that we see that okay, this is where you draw a line that okay, the market will correct. The market will go a bit down and take up a breather here. So that's how we maintain this stand till now. You know, it's about time. 606 down. Sometimes the market takes you up for a ride, and you think that the trend is going to continue, but no, it's going to go down. A bit slight correction is coming up, so we are going to be taking that. Because with this extension, it has to book a bit of breather is required for the growth. So that's the logic here. Or we are waiting for the market to basically correct. It's not that it would continue to not go up, but it certainly requires some correction here. So hence we are betting down. You really need the balls of to be basically being able to hold through this. The market has a tendency to average things out. So Sometimes it takes a bit patience for you to just see why did I say that. Oh, that's a correction zone. In markets, there is always these levels that market takes a breather, and this is one of those breathing spaces where I see clearly the market would take up a breather. Yeah. Really is sometimes it tests your patience. I think it's finally coming down. Sometimes you have to just analyze. To make a quick buck. So that was $1,830. That is one of the most supply zones that you would like to see. So the logic here is there are certain times when you see that you would really want to supply it here. You know, it goes up, comes down. What did I say? I'm not a prophet. It's and I'm not carrying any crystal balls. But that's how it is. I mean, like over a period of time, probably for some people to being able to see these fruits or anything, sometimes it requires patience in the market. Sometimes you have to just know that this is the supply zone and you just have to sit down. So this is for the testament and record that some people think, like it's easy, quick buck in the market. So that is something that I've just shown you. Some people ask what is the minimum stop loss. So here we are institutionally trading. So I mean, like it depends really on the position size. The last few profits have just given it about, technically it was 110,000. So this is plus in 12,000. This is how many percent? So I usually have this rule, like basically I like banking all of my profits uh, in an SL, which whenever I'm doing something, and mostly like your stop losses and everything comes at the point when you are trading retail, because you don't have a lot of accuracy in there. Like what sort of, like how used to you are to your instrument. Like I'm quite used to the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq and Dow. So we have done a lot of Nasdaq of lately because I've been getting a tech junkie. But you know, over a period of time, it's like you spend time with a person and you get to know him or her. So similarly, when you spend time with your charts, you know where is the supply zone and where it is, and what is that bank here. So I usually go aggressive when I'm very pretty sure, and this is the kind of scenario where I know that, because if you see, this is exactly 50%. So if it would have been more than 50%, the logic here was, if it would have been more than 50%, then bulls would have gained momentum, because this particular candle is very weak. So that is the supply zone. And then you chart it down to a minute and you see this structure. This is the kind of liquidity I would love to short. Not because that there is no chance of recovery, but because this is simply unsustainable. Like if you see Bitcoin, I mean, like, or these all these fucking meme coins, or these guys who are like basically shitting everyone around, this is the kind of candles that you see there. So it's not sustainable, guys. It requires correction, and it requires years and years of practice that you see this forming on the chart, and then you go boom, we'll short it here. This is not sustainable. Any fucking hedge fund cannot sustain this kind of liquidity. This is Nasdaq we are talking about, guys. This requires trillions and trillions of dollar worth. So this amount of keeping the market up has to cool down. So this is sure short trade, and you basically bet on it and you don't worry about it. And some people say, do I get stressed? I mean, like over a period of time, you don't. Sometimes you do get, yes, stressed out. So, yeah. Somebody just asked, do I work in Elliott wave theory? Elliott wave theory is a very nice theory. I mean, like Elliott waves are usually, are in Elliott's work, and it has to be combined. So when you go on the technical analysis by John J. Murphy, it is one of the favorite books that I have read, and over a period of time, when you read, so market moves in five pattern moves, right? So there are a lot of different theories. Obviously it is not tested, so it has to be combined with the time cycle, um, when it comes to the Elliott wave method. um, I've read. So basically, I'm like a mechanic. I mean, like stock market is basically you need to have all the arsenals in your uh, when you're going for a war, you need everything. You need your guns, you need your bullets, you need your knives, you need your grenades, you need your everything. can't just be simply relying on uh, one of the tools that, oh, I'll have just only the handgun. So yeah, I mean, like there are certain places where we know for sure, then we bank. And I mean, like if somebody would, if I get a higher recommendation, like we can start something on Saturdays or something where we can connect about a lot of these technical analysis uh, sessions from the books. Also, we can put down forth. So yeah, market is something that you need to know your basics. I mean, like you, this is now more than 30 minutes of live trading. And guys, I think the Nasdaq will continue to trade, and we'll try to see you as soon as possible. But yeah, we are also building our platform. So guys, please forgive us if we are not quite regular, but we'll be back very soon to trade with you. Meanwhile, you saw this prediction and you saw this one. So these were the two trades that I took. And obviously, I could have taken a swing trade and all of that. We can discuss about it another time. So till then, goodbye, take care, good night, and we'll be seeing you very soon shortly. It's just that we just want to present our own platform. But meanwhile, we'll be doing these sessions. Okay, take care, have a great day and a week ahead. Hopefully, to see you during this week or next week to come. Thank you.